This video from Sam4S Help, we're going to give a basic tutorial on how to use the NR510R register. So the NR510R is the till in front of us. It's part of the NR500 series. It's the raised keyboard single printer version. So this machine has one printer and a raised keyboard version. I'll have another video showing you how to use the flat keyboard machines, the 510 and the 520Fs, and then also a separate one showing you how to use the 520, the twin roll retail one. But here we go, here's the 510R. So the first thing you need to do, obviously presuming the machine's plugged in, is turn the metal key round to the register mode. You'll get register mode displayed on screen. It might say something like closed. If it says closed, it means you need to log on. The standard method of logging on is by pressing a cashier number, so number 1 for example, and then this button here which says CLK hash. That logs you onto the machine, so the closed message disappears and it says Clarko1 on the display. If that doesn't work for you, I've got a more detailed video showing you how to log on if your machine's been programmed in a different way. To log off, it's 0 and Clark, and you see when it says closed, none of the buttons will work. You won't be able to process any transactions, so obviously logging on is pretty crucial. Okay, now this machine, there seems like there's a lot of buttons on there, but really there's only there's not that many that you'll actually use. These are function buttons, so there's stuff like turning the receipt on and off, cancelling a sale, issuing a refund, that sort of function key. You've then got your number buttons here, your numeric keypad, where you type in either the price of the item that you're selling or the amount of money tendered by the customer. So for example, £1.99 for £1.99. You've then got your sales or add buttons here. They're technically PLU buttons on this machine. As standard, they are unprogrammed, so they just say PLU5. So PLU is what the button is. It stands for price or product lookup. But they can be programmed to have preset prices, or they can work as open kind of department buttons really, so groupings. So on this machine here, I've got this button preset to be lottery. So you simply press it and it comes up with the price and description. Other buttons I've got are open, so if I'm making an open or variable amount sale, £2.99 into my open PLU button, £1.99 into an open PLU button, and then I've got another pre-programmed button here. So that's how to use, that's how to enter products onto the machine. So you'll either have preset or open buttons or unprogrammed buttons. If you're looking to do some programming on the machine, then I'll put a video up showing you how to set your PLU buttons up at the end, and that'll appear at the end of this video. Once you've entered your items, so you've finished your first transaction, you're ready for the customer to pay, you hit the subtotal button here and it comes up and tells you how much the transaction is, but also, I hope that's visible on the video, the customer can also see the subtotal as well. So we've got £11.48 there. Now you can either pay, you can either tender for a payment, there's 3 tender buttons, there's charge, which we use for credit or debit card payments, there's check, bit old fashioned now, bit old hat, but obviously if you take check payments you use that button, or cash. So they all work slightly differently. I'm just going to show you cash and card because they're the only ones we use anymore. So if it was a credit card payment, obviously you'd now run the sale or the amount through the credit card machine, and when the payment goes through, you'd then simply press the charge button here on the register. The till drawer opens, so if the credit card machine has printed out a slip or receipt, you can now pop that in the till to help them balance the till at the end of the day. If you've got the receipt switched on, you'll get a receipt print out. If you haven't, then you can simply press this button here and you get a receipt of the last transaction print out. So that'll have your shop name, date and time, and then all the details of the items ordered and the payment. If you want the receipt on all the time, simply press outside of a normal transaction and in the reg mode, press receipt on and off, and it toggles between R on, R off. So we can leave ours on now. We'll now show you how to do a cash sale. So again, entering the items is the same. You press the buttons if they're pre-programmed. You type in the price if they're open buttons. If you want to do a multiple of an item, there's a quantity or X button here. So you simply type in the numeric value, 10, multiply, and then the button that's been pre-programmed. Again, just like the credit card sale, you would subtotal, and then you would, with the cash payments, because it's not always the exact amount of money handed over, I find it easier, causes less problems if you type in the exact money tendered. So for this sale, if the customer tenders £40, again, notice I'm not pressing the decimal point because the till inputs that for me automatically. £40, cash tend, then the change is displayed on the receipt, so you get a full receipt. It says how much cash was tendered, how much change is to be given out, and then that's also displayed on your display and crucially on the customer's display as well. So just it simplifies things. So that they're two basic sales transactions. If you look into if you make a mistake, say during a transaction, which is a common thing to do, so if you press 199 and put in the decimal point, you'll get a sequence error, but all you need to do to clear the error is don't panic. The crucial button is here, clear. So if you get any type of error, so I'll just do that again, 1.99 into one of my buttons, warning sequence error, the till's not happy, a button has been pressed out of sequence, and obviously that's because we entered the decimal point. So don't press decimal point. If you make a more serious mistake, or say for example, say if you type in £2.50 incorrectly, but you haven't pressed one of your PLU buttons, you can simply press the clear button as well, again, and that'll get rid of the £2.50, leaving that line of the sale undone. If you've put in your £2.50 into the button and you've realised you've put it into the wrong button, then you've got an error correct key here. If you press that once, that'll remove that line from the transaction. So that £2.50 into our red tax button has now been corrected. If you've made lots of mistakes during a transaction, then there's a cancel sale button here which you can use, which will just totally scrub the transaction off. I'll just show you one more thing when you're doing a cash sale. £5, cash amount tend, cash drawer opens obviously, so you can dispense the change to the customer and put the money tendered in. Okay, so this is really like a quick start guide to get you up and running on processing sales transactions. We've got lots more videos showing you more detailed operations on the machine. Some of those will be appearing on screen now, so you're welcome to check those out. You can also subscribe to this YouTube channel or visit sam4shelp.co.uk for more. Thanks for watching.